Last time we did front rolls, today we're doing back rolls. What's up everyone? Tim Gillette here, Morning Star Jiu Jitsu, Denver, Colorado. And today we're going to continue with our Introductory to Jiu Jitsu series. Last time we did forward rolls, and today we're going to be working on our back rolls. So, similar idea to the front roll as far as the concerns. What we're looking for is to make sure we're not going to roll over our head or our neck and get injured in any way right there. So when we do our back roll, we don't want to try to do like a back handspring or try to rely on our wrists or our hands to push off to try to get up and roll over the top of our head. Instead, we want to roll over the shoulder. Okay? So I'm going to start in a seated position like this. And I like to start like this, especially when you're first kind of learning back rolls, because then when you drop back to do your roll, you have some momentum to help you through, right? And then as you get better and stronger, especially with your abs, you can start to do the roll from a dead stop. So I'm in my seated position. As I drop back, I'm going to put my arm out to the side. And this is the side that I'm going to roll over. So in this scenario, I'm going to roll over my right shoulder, so I have my right arm out. Now that also means my legs are going to go slightly towards that arm when I roll, okay? And that's going to force me to roll over my shoulder. Now what really gets in the way here is our head, right, and our neck. So what I actually want to do is move my head kind of away from the opposite, or from the shoulder I'm rolling over to the opposite side. And when I move my head out of the way, that really opens up this space here to roll over. So one thing I like to tell people is don't look where you're trying to roll, because that tends to bring your head in close to your shoulder, and then you're going to roll over your face right on the mat. So I like to kind of look up at the ceiling or kind of look away right here, and that really helps open up the space for the back roll. Now my legs are going to go towards the arm that's flat, and as I roll, I'm going to roll over my shoulder, and you'll notice my head and my neck, I'll never even touch the mat with my head, right? So the legs come towards the shoulder, I roll, and my head never touches the mat, and I finish right here on my knees. So I drop back, I'm going to throw that arm out to the side, and as I roll, my arm will roll too, right? I don't just stay palm down. As I'm back rolling, my arm will rotate. I'm going to drop back, put my arm out, my legs are going to go towards the arm, and I don't want to look where I'm trying to roll because I'm going to roll over my face. Instead, I'm going to look off to the side, and I can get that back roll right there, and I've never hit my head or my neck on the mat, right? So, right here. Boom. Now, the common kind of issues that people have right away is they will throw their legs too far to the side or not enough, right? You got to find that kind of spot. So they'll throw the legs here and then kind of fall over on their hip and try to come up. Or they'll just come right up the middle and then they run right into the back of their head. So those legs come to the side and I roll over that shoulder right back up into my knees, and then I can sit down and go into my next roll right there, okay? So different angle here. I drop back, my arm comes out to the side, the legs go towards that arm, and I roll over that shoulder right up to my knees. This really ties into the video I did with getting inverted or Granby rolls, because when you're stuck on the bottom, maybe you're going for an arm bar or triangle and you're getting stacked up on your shoulders, sometimes you have to back roll out of that position just to kind of protect yourself and save yourself right there. So if you can get comfortable with those Granby rolls or that Granby stretch right here, if things start to go wrong, you start to drop to the side, you can kind of back roll out of that position. So it's important to get comfortable with your back rolls down on the ground, because it's going to save you from possibly getting stacked up on your head or your neck anytime you're attacking from the guard. All right, so just like with the forward rolls we did last time, we can do the back rolls from a standing position. Now, when we do them from a standing position, we want to talk about break falls first a little bit. So a break fall is when we're falling back, if we can slap the mat with our hands, palm down, it helps kind of disperse the energy and makes it so it doesn't go into your back, your rib cage as much, right? So when we work on our break falls first, I'm going to put my back in the direction that I want to roll. I'm just going to squat down at first when you're first learning it, and I'm going to roll back, and I want to slap the mat, palm down with both hands right there, right? And now as like a drill, we can use this to get back up. We can roll up over our foot into our standing position, all right? So if I'm here, squat down, slap the mat, roll up, tuck that foot, come up into that standing position, and you can do it again. So we're working those break falls first because those are going to lead us into our back roll, right? The timing on when to slap the mat is always the tricky part for people to kind of figure out at first. And it's basically like as my shoulders come back and hit the mat, I'm slapping the mat. And I roll up into that standing position. We're always slapping the mat palm down so we can absorb a lot more energy on our palms than we could with like the back of our hand. And my arms are always out to the side, right? So if you notice, they're in the same position as when I do my back roll. The only difference is I have both arms out, so I get to choose which side to roll over. So as I drop back from my break fall, I'm just going to roll through now. And we can do that back roll from the standing position. We can include that break fall in there. And as you do it more and more, you'll squat down less and less, slap, roll through, come back up in that standing position. And again, this is great for anytime you're standing, somebody shoots maybe a low ankle pick on you or something like that. You step out of it, but you start to stumble back. You don't want to drop onto your butt, and now that person potentially got a takedown, or now you're playing off your back. You want to be able to get back up to your feet. So maybe they get you broken down, you roll through, and now you're back on your feet. Same thing for self-defense, same thing for anything that happens that you get tripped up or pushed or something. Pedaling backwards, roll through, come back to that standing position. Getting confident with your back rolls, very important, both from the ground and from the standing position. And again, that priority is always making sure you're not hitting your head, rolling over your neck, injuring your back, things like that, all right? So give this a try. Again, this was something else I got to work on, the basement on the carpet when I was first starting out in jiu-jitsu. Again, not from the standing position, but on the ground, and just tried to get good at those back rolls. And make sure you do both sides. You have to be able to go left and right. Sometimes you don't get to choose which side you want to roll over when you're using it to get out of a position. So you want to be comfortable on both sides, okay? So that's our back rolls. This is introductory to jiu-jitsu, and give those a try.